Hey yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. On this episode, I have Nonamanadus back with his IS-7 in a platoon. Nonamanadus and his IS-7 in a platoon with Aw Crap and the Leafy Bug. Aw Crap, those are great names. From the clan HBG and AWOO. They're top tier on an all, well, they're all top tier. This is all tier 10, isn't it? Alright, tier 10, lots of view range, lots of fast tanks, lots of guys that do a lot of damage. If you look at the minimap down there, you will note something concerning. There is a TVP and draw distance, and there's probably somebody scouting, and the Leafy Bug and All Crap are going to learn an object lesson about driving too close to the enemy when you're trying to get to your initial position, and they're going to lose multiple hit points. So initial positioning is important, almost as important as how you get there, and avoid bad trades where you trade lots of your hit points for going up over a hill. So just watch out for that. There's a pretty good advantage for Nonamanadus and his team over here. It doesn't get played extremely well, unfortunately, because they lose quite a few hit points, including the ones getting there. Super Conqueror's in a pretty strong position right there. Unfortunately, he's one ridge too far back to be that big of a matter. I'm not sure if you're going after the 62A or the 50, but you got your hit points. IS-7 is a pike nose, so this is one of the problems with a pike nose, is trying to get it squared up so you don't take shots in the side of the pike, but still being able to fight on the maps in World of Tanks. It can be difficult. That time he hit the opposite side of your pike, so you got lucky there. One there, but this time he does not miss, and he puts another one through. So if you just squared up with him, which was hard to do because of the echelon with your friends there, you might have had a little more luck. Super Conqueror is just sitting too far back. If he'd have been up in that next bowl, he'd have been wreaking havoc on people, but he can't get down to anybody. He does do some damage, though. So the 50M is making a runner. I agree with that to make sure. Let's go check and make sure he's not hiding here waiting to shoot people in the back. And there he goes. So we get a highlight and we miss because he's going up and over a hill right there. And he's essentially not your problem, Nona. There's nothing you can do about this guy unless you turn around and chase him all the way back there. But you got a 110E3. There's a bat. Well, there was a bad chat. Bad chat's gone. 110E3 is going back there. And probably wasn't worth even one more peek like he did right there. So we get turned around. And we got to deal with these guys. You've lost the Leafy Bug. He's gone. Aw Crap's down to a one-shot. Basically even, but it looks like the town's going to lose. You do have the standard campers there. The 50-51's trying to get in amongst them. Looks like he's taking one down. And we got the Super Conqueror hold down. Now that's a problem. Excuse me, problematic. If you try to play peek-a-boom with him on a hold down position with an IS-7, you're probably going to lose that fight eventually. And it looks like Aw Crap is about to learn that. It looks like he just might get down, but boom, there he goes. You've got a 140 and another medium with you, a 50M. So I like this decision here. You can't sit there and play peek-a-boom with him on this. You've got to get in and get around him and take him down. That's what ends up happening. 50M gets in on him, puts a ram on him, some extra damage. So you tried to ram, just clipped him. Good deal on the track. Man, I'd have been careful about shooting into the turret right there. I'd have been better to go for the side, but you got it done. He bounces. Nice strong IS turret. Looking for a place to take him, and down he goes. Now, I was kind of surprised that you hadn't gone to APCR to take on the Super Conqueror, but that's fine. You got her done. Shooting into their side, you don't need it, quote-unquote. Patton has decided it is time to run away. Doing little jinks and jives, but can't do it. And now I go. All right, so let's take a look at this, because this is a critical phase of what's going on in this game. Chasing the Patton is okay, especially if you're going to get a couple more shots, but going too much further up towards the cap serves very little purpose. because it's not like you're going to get on the cap. Now you can get up onto the railways here. Maybe the mediums come up, dive down along the ridge, and look for these guys. But this position down here is terribly exposed if these guys lose and they push up into the face of your TDs. If they're able to get through the town and into this area, you just get wiped out down in here. So this is not a strong position based on what we're seeing. Right now, I'd have just turned around and headed back. There just wasn't any more reason to push in here. Take all these guys, head back. There was somebody spotted here, hasn't been seen in a long time. That's odd. Turn around, head back, and then cross over here, and then reinforce your guys over there. But we're going to head on in here for a bit. I'm going to speed this up because this takes a while to happen. And when Nona sent this to me, he said this is an example of RTB, sort of, where I talk about always go back to base. It took him a while to get it. I'm going to come up here. We actually get a lucky shot in here. But shot's not taken, never hit. Let's see if we can find one. Remember which one it was here. It's along here somewhere. So there we go. Is this it? Oh, ouch. Alright, so we'll speed this up because he's going to go all the way back. Thinks about coming up again. Looks, can't get a shot, and heads out. And now okay, finally we've decided to head back. So zoom, zoom, chipmunk speed. Shoots into last known position kind of thing. And you can see that they're in bad shape. They got 3 tanks left. Turns out the enemy did not actually push into the cap, and that's fine. Because what's going to happen is you've turned back into the cap into a nice flanking position. And again, man, I'd have dabbed too. Because you're going to get some bounces here I don't think you would have got had you been shooting APCR. And I would push in aggressively, not to where they necessarily see me automatically, but I would get much closer to my work with this thing. There's another bounce I think you would have had. Because you need to relieve a little bit of the pressure on these two. It's fine if they know you're behind them, because they're going to have to either turn and take you on or try to avoid you and the guys in front of them, and that's fine. That makes them think about it. Now you've hit a couple of them, so they know you're back there. They're probably worried at this point. This guy's going behind a building right there. You can kind of see it through the trees. There you go. Finally get a shot, and that's with the APCR. So I think 2 of your shots would have already gone through. But let's split the difference and say you'd at least have 1 more shot in there. Right into the back of the JPZ, and now it's down to 3-2. So just like that, with a 110 and a object 140, and those guys pushing across open ground with you providing supporting fire into their side, you're able to turn a 3v5 or 6 or whatever it was into no more dead and a win. So nice job, man. I think I would have gone back a little bit earlier right there. The other option would have been to support the 140 and the JPZ. But I like that you weren't really a known entity, so they had to think about you. And then when you started shooting them, of course, they knew you were on their back. And the other thing that forces is now they're like, all right, we have to push into these 2 and kill them, or we're going to get picked apart by the IS-7 behind us, which then makes their rush towards and up and over against the object and the 110 E3 even more foolish. Did I say 110 and E3? The 140 and E3. Alright guys, I hope you liked yourself. I hope you learned something in there. Nice game, Nona. 4,581 damage, 1,000 blocked, 1,000 spotting. The other 2 had fantastic games. I think one of them had 6,000 or 7,000 damage, maybe the 140 or something like that. But I'll show up the results. I will show the results at the end. See ya.